Hey, American contractors, viewers of the American Contractor Show. I'm here with John Dye at Win the Storm, and I have to tell you, anyone that is associated with American Contractor Show, you are a badass.
Big shout out to American Contractor Show. If you don't know, you definitely need to check out the Storm Summit. They're doing it in excellence. Check them out.
Hey, what's up? This is your friend, Francisco Serrano. If you haven't checked it out, American Contractor Show, YouTube channel, Facebook channel, Twitter, Instagram, all the platforms, you need to go them, like them, start learning about your craft.
Hey, I'm Matt Danskin with Restoration Referral System. Check out the American Contractor Show. The truck that they've got is awesome. Everything else that they have going on.
This is Larry Bache with the Merlin Law Group, helping policyholders for more than 30 years. If you have a claim or your client has a claim that needs help, please feel free to call the Merlin Law Group because we are the true policyholder advocate.
C3 was eager to help us, and even whenever we weren't giving them work, they were still eager to give advice. The things that they were putting out for the changing from DMO to RFG and giving that to the industry and not charging anything for it, I thought was really cool. And that's stuff that I as a contractor appreciate. I'd recommend C3 to any contractor that's looking for a PA, especially if you're around Colorado. Great guys, man. I'm nothing but happy with the work they've done for us.
What's up, everybody? I'm meteorologist Andrea Myers, bringing you guys your daily hail forecast, sponsored by C3 Group, Merlin Law Group, and now American Contractor Show. Go ahead and check them out in the description in our Facebook post, and then you guys can go show them some love that way. And in the meantime, getting into our weather stories for the day. Get to that in a second. Quiet day ahead, so we're just seeing some scattered storms across the nation. We're going to talk a little bit about it, but we got a quiet day today. Some hail chances through Florida tomorrow that we'll look at, and then into next week. That's when our weather stories are going to start to come back into full swing. We're going into an active pattern starting at the end of this week, beginning of next, and so we're going to look at the setup for that and break down where we're going to see those severe chances and what they're going to look like. So, as we saw a second ago, Calm Before the Storm golf tournament. If you guys haven't seen this graphic yet, we are going to be near Denver, Colorado at the Fox Hollow Golf Course on May 20th, so that's a few weeks from now. So if you guys want to go ahead and register for that event, go ahead and check us out there. We're going to be there playing some golf, talking some weather, and we're looking forward to meeting you guys. Then into yesterday. It's going to be a little slow because we got a ton of storm reports yesterday. I think over 500 hail reports came in yesterday, and that was, 500 wind reports came in yesterday, all the way from the eastern part of Texas up into the east coast of the U.S. We saw a big old MCS, which is basically just a huge line of thunderstorms producing strong winds, and that moved all the way across Louisiana, Mississippi, and Alabama. And then a second line moved through the east coast of the U.S. and just produced a ton of severe wind across the country. We also got some hail reports here and there through the southeast as well as along the east coast as those systems moved through. So a very busy wind day yesterday, and still had some hail mixed in with that, and even a couple of tornado reports. So pretty busy day yesterday due to that system that moved through. So if we take a look at that here, we can see it in our storm reports for this from January 1st into today. We got 8 tornado reports yesterday, 18 large hail reports, and then over 500 high wind reports like we saw a second ago. So very busy day in spite of the fact that we were low on hail. It was very wind loaded just because of the setup of those storms. So that puts us at 342 tornado reports for the year, over 1,700 large hail reports, and 2,600 even wind reports for the year-to-date total. We're still behind 2020. Again, not super thrilled about the numbers. I doubt we're going to catch up on wind. You guys have heard us say before, we had a ton of derechos that moved through last year, so we're probably not going to touch that number for a little while. We're getting close on hail. We're only about 500 reports behind now, and we are expecting a very active May. We're moving into that active pattern, like I said a second ago. So we're getting close to that 2020 number, and we're hoping to surpass it by the end of the month. And then we're still a little bit behind on tornadoes. Like I said, it was a very active wind year last year. So we're waiting to get caught up to 2020 on those numbers. But for now, here's what our pattern looks like. We're pretty dry across most of the nation. We do have some scattered storms moving through the central plains right now. And then we do have some storms moving through the southeast as well, but most of those are off the coast. So for most of us, it's going to be bright, sunny, possibly some scattered clouds and showers across parts of the east, but generally beautiful conditions for most of you guys. Looking into our current temperatures in a second here. Okay, looking into our current temperatures, we're sitting in the mid-60s, mid-50s across most of the central U.S., moving up into the upper 70s and 80s down south, so pretty pleasant, mild conditions for most of us. And we are a little bit warmer in the south right now, typical for this time of year. As that cold front swept through the nation and moved off, we got pretty beautiful conditions across most of the country. So that's the upside of today, is that it's gorgeous. On the downside, we're not expecting a ton of severe weather. Here's the only system I'm really watching for today. This is by 5 p.m. We're expecting some scattered storms to be moving through the western part of Kansas up into the Oklahoma Panhandle. As those move through, it's looking like they're going to band up very quickly and still be pretty weak. There's not a whole lot of environmental factors. There's not those dew points that we like. Temperatures aren't super high for that area this time of year, so it looks like the instability is going to be fairly limited through that area, and the storms band up pretty quickly. So for that reason, I'm not thinking it's going to have a lot of severe hail. We probably will get some marginal hail, some small stones here and there, some gusty winds. Probably nothing severe in terms of hail for those storms. And then they're going to move down south through Oklahoma City overnight, just as general rainstorms. So for those reasons, no real severe hail expected today. All those storms have moved off the East Coast. And like I said, limited environmental instability through the Central Plains right now. So no severe hail expected for today. Then into tomorrow, here's our forecast dew points for Florida. Like I said, we do expect some severe weather in the Florida area tomorrow. We got plenty of moisture moving through the Florida Panhandle. And then by 5 p.m. end of your workday, still very moist, very hot across the Florida Panhandle. These little pockets of lower dew points are where those storms are popping up and sucking up all of that moisture. That's what's happening there as those storms are going to move off the Panhandle, and no real change in those dew points until that cold front comes from the north and pushes those out of the area by Friday morning. So future radar, here's those storms moving through. So we got scattered storms popping up through Jacksonville. A couple of those could produce some severe hail along with that cold front and all those moisture and instability we like to see. Some hot temperatures down in Florida. Also what's happening is we've got this trough that's going to push through, and we've got what's called a sea breeze, and that brings that air off of the coast of the ocean, and so we get a little bit of convergence over the east coast of Florida, and that's going to help. Basically, that's just going to help the air ascend, help keep that hail aloft, and so we could get some marginally severe hail across the east coast of Florida. So that band of storms is going to continue to push southward, and then we will still get some pop-ups along the east coast by 5 p.m. end of the workday. And then they band up, push off into the evening and overnight hours, and it's clear once again. So, hail forecast for tomorrow. Surprise, surprise, it's going to be looking like our risk is going to be in the Florida Panhandle, like I said, where that sea breeze meets the wind from that trough that's pushing through. We're going to have plenty of convergence. Could see some marginally severe hail with that. So Jacksonville, all the way down the east coast of Florida, we could see some pop-up storms producing quarter-sized hail here and there. It's still going to be pretty isolated, but we could see some quarter-sized hail here and there, as well as gusty winds as those storms move through. Then into our future jet stream. So here's what we're really watching. So here's noon on Sunday. We're going to have this low pressure system that's going to push down out of the Pacific Northwest, and this is our next system that we're watching. This one over here has already pushed off the East Coast. That's what brought all of our storms earlier. And this is our next chance at some severe storms that's going to push through. So we got this low pressure system, our jet stream wrapping around it, and that's going to pull all of that warm, moist air out of the southern and eastern part of it, and all that nice, dry, cold air out of the northwestern part, and all of that creates all that instability we like to see. So that low pressure system should be over the western part of the U.S. by noon on Sunday. And then it's going to continue to kind of linger there, but it's going to get pulled down a little bit by Monday. We're having all of that interaction between that cold, dry air and that warm, moist air across this jet stream right here. And so ahead of this, we could get some severe weather moving through as this trough waits to push its way eastward. So it lingers for a little while, and then finally by Tuesday afternoon, it's going to start to push east a little bit, and we're going to see those storms linger in this area just ahead of that low pressure system. So for the Central Plains up to the Front Range, that's where we could see those storms developing due to this low pressure system into the start of next week. And then by Wednesday, it starts to push eastward, and those storms are going to follow with that low pressure system, producing some severe weather just ahead of that to the eastern side. So that's our next chance at severe weather. Here's our extended hail forecast. So we already talked about today, not really seeing a whole lot of instability. Environment's still kind of in recovery mode from all those storms we had a little bit ago. Tomorrow, we could see a quarter-sized hail, 1-inch hail in Florida along the East Coast due to all of those instability and factors that we talked about a second ago. So we're pretty confident we will see some storms through Florida tomorrow. Then on Friday, as that low pressure system starts its journey through the U.S., we could see some storms popping up due to that. Looks like the Central Plains are going to be at risk, particularly on Friday, then into Saturday and Sunday as that trough really gets into full swing, pushing across the central U.S. That's when we could start to see that busy pattern starting to pick up into the middle and beginning of next week. So you guys want to make sure to stay tuned to that. We are looking, like I said, like we will have a busy week next week due to that low pressure system that's pushing through. Got plenty of moisture, plenty of heat in the area as we move into the summer months. So we are expecting a pretty busy May. Make sure to follow us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and hit See First on Facebook and that notification bell on YouTube so you guys never miss our live videos and our forecasts. They're going to be crucial this time of year. You really want to know what's happening in your area. So make sure you stay tuned to what's happening in our forecast videos. Then if you want to get in contact with us, you can call us at 855-334-4245. You can also email us if you'd rather at info@hailtrace.com. Or if you just want to check out our website and learn more about who we are and what we do, check us out at hailtrace.com. You can learn a lot about our awesome little company and get in contact with us there as well. So stay tuned to our future forecasts. And for now, I'm meteorologist Andrew Myers. Thanks for watching.